We're enjoying our stay at Lady Margaret's Park in Chirk. The campsite is located amongst all these trees, and some of these must be 25 to 30 metres tall. It looks like they're all conifer trees, and that presents us with a challenge when it comes to keeping Maggie clean. After just one night here, I have to say Maggie is looking quite grubby. These pine needles just find themselves into every nook and cranny that they can on the van. We find that the best way to get rid of these is just to use a soft brush. But the brush won't get them all, and sometimes you just have to get the fingers in there. Phase 2, give the windows a good wash with this sponge and squeegee combination. Before we head off, we go down to Chirk to have a look at the aqueduct. This aqueduct is only a mile or so away from the one at Pont Cysugtri that we showed you on the last episode. But it looks here like you're getting two for the price of one. We're walking along the aqueduct, and behind us is the later viaduct. The viaduct was built higher to emphasise the superiority of the railway over the canals. The owl has just come in over the aqueduct. But you don't just get delays on motorways, it can happen on the canals too. Been waiting patiently to get through.
Yeah, we are.
We enjoyed our stay at Lady Margaret's Park, but it was time to move on. And that's what we've done. We've moved on to Riverside Touring Park. It's a caravan and motorhome club affiliated site. And this is the reception. The site is surrounded by trees, and there's a large amount of static motorhomes here. Trish and I have stayed in a static motorhome before, but not for many years. These days, we prefer to have wheels and travel around. Towards the back of the site, there's lots of large motorhomes and camper vans. And it feels now like I'm coming into land, and there may not be enough runway. There's just a little strip at the end here. But actually, I'm not going to land. This is just taking us up to the dog walking area that's at the very end.
What's up with you?
I'm bored. There's nothing to do.
We've just arrived on this site. You've just had lunch. What are you, 5?
No, it's chucking it down.
I know, but it cools it down. It's been too hot, hasn't it? Anyway, you could go put the awning out.
I'm not putting the awning out, it's chucking it.
So, it stops us getting wet.
No, but I get wet when I go out to put it up, don't I?
What are you looking at on your phone?
Trying to find something to do.
Well, when the rain goes off, we're going to go out with Kira.
There's a miniature railway.
Well, we can do that tomorrow.
And I wasn't sure if it was open or not. and I'm still not sure, but it looks like it could be open. So I quite fancy that. You up for that?
Yeah, well that's just down in the village.
Right, okay, that's what we'll do. The rain's going off.
I told you, it's just like to be on a wee while.
Shall we go then?
Yeah, Kira will get a bit of ball play.
You up for that, Kira? Going to get it? Going to get some ball? Going to get it? She doesn't need telling twice, does she? Come on! We head into Betwsycoed, to the local playing field, so that Kira can have a good old run round for half an hour. Then we head to the shops at the back of the train station for some essential supplies. And Kira's happy. Dogs are welcome in here. As I come through the door, ooh, I'm like a kid in a sweetie shop. But what to choose? Decisions.
Yeah.
You've really excelled yourself tonight.
Oh.
Tortillas. Salsa, how do I get into this?
I don't know.
Good old teeth. Oh. There we go. There's far too much here for me. You having some of this?
No.
Oh yes. Ready for this? I think I've put too much on. The trick is to tuck it into the bottom so that it doesn't all come pouring out. There we go. Mmm. Really nice.
You not having your beer?
Aye. My beer. Mmm. Always try and pick up the local brew when we're away. This one is Blondued. It's a craft beer that we picked up here in the village. I'm going to try this as well. Looks very nice. I'm going to enjoy this. So you've obviously not got chicken in yours. What are you having?
Fish goujons.
Fish gudgeons.
Yeah.
They're gudgeons.
They are very goujons. With some Mexican rice and wraps.
Well, I suppose with you being a Vegisaurus.
Pescatarian.
Pescatarian. Is that smoke not bothering you?
No, the smoke doesn't bother me. I'd rather have smoke than mosquitoes or midges. But it's a mosquito ring. The guy at the last campsite gave us a few bits of it just to give it a test. So apparently the smoke stops the midges mosquitoes. Hiya.
Yeah.
How was your shower?
It was fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
Are they good?
Yeah, really good. So it was one of these showers that, you know, you slide it on that way,
yeah.
and then the temperature slides along the bottom.
Yeah.
Not one of these ones where you press the button and you've only got 20 seconds to have your shower before the button goes off.
Yeah.
And then by that time you get soap in your eyes and you can't find the button. So no, it wasn't one of these.
Can you fill up the water bottles for us?
Aye, sure, I can do that. Right, that's the water bottles filled. We just use these for drinking water, making up juice and things like that. We don't drink the water directly out of the van. We use that for washing up. Well, we have it for coffees if we're boiling the water. But for drinking, this is what we use. Right, let's go. Betwsycoed.
Yep.
Just at the reception there's a little sign about going up Mount Snowdon. And it shows a picture of the railway line, which is actually closed at the moment, or at least you can only get up part of the way apparently. About 2/3, 3/4 of the way up something like that on the railway line. Now the plan was Trish would go up on the railway and I would walk it. So with the railway line being closed and the cafe at the top's closed as well, I'm going to give Snowdon a miss. But it's not going anywhere, and we'll be back. I'll be back. This is St. Michael's. It's an ancient church, 14th century apparently. It's not a working church anymore, at least they don't have services here. And it's looked after by the St. Michael's Betwsycoed Trust. Look at the size of the yew trees here. That's got to be one of the oldest yew trees I've seen. Remember we were at Skye, we saw some yew trees in the church graveyard there. And they were nothing like this. This one's absolutely huge. I could quite easily believe that it's as old as the church, 14th century, so 600-700 years old or so. And there's several of these yew trees here. Extremely impressive. Grand old trees. There's another old yew.
I know what I'm going to call this one.
What is that?
Old timer.
Old timer?
Yeah.
He is a bit of an old timer, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's 600 or 700 years old. I was talking about the tree when I said here's another old yew. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Feel the bounce. It's like being on a trampoline, isn't it? Well, maybe not quite, but there's a fair old bounce. There's a couple of bits look a little bit rotten.
I know.
Well, we're safely over.
This little suspension bridge dates to 1930 and was built by David Rowell engineers from Westminster.
Right, we've arrived at the miniature railway. Enjoyed that suspension bridge. This is the Conway Valley Railway Shop and Museum behind me. Trish has got the tickets. And we're going on the train. We're off. Trish is in another carriage. Give us a bit more room because these little carriages are tiny. I think it's just a very quick tour around the gardens in this area, 10 minutes or so. It should be fun. That was good fun, that was. See if we can find Trish, see if she enjoyed it as much as I did. Here she is. Well, how did you like that?
Yeah, good fun.
Good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is a very busy road and a very narrow pavement. And as I walk past these dogs, I need to keep Kira firmly on a short lead.
Beautiful, eh?
Yeah, fantastic views. Right down the water there. It's a view from the other side. Across the old miners' bridge, there's a lovely little walk through these woods. Pontypaer, I think it was. Something like that. Think I was right?
Yeah.
You're just saying right, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's difficult. The Welsh pronunciations we are struggling a little bit with, but we're having a go, you know. We're at least having a go, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
And we tend to ask people, how do you pronounce that? But we haven't met anyone for this one, so we couldn't ask. So, Pontypaer it is.
Lovely boardwalk, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's something really nice about boardwalks. It's just the sound of your feet.
I think it's up this way.
Alright. Come on, Kira. Oh, if we get lost, I can blame you.
I've got a good sense of direction.
So have I.
No, you don't. You get lost in Morrison's Kappa.
Some treats for Kira.
Yeah, give her a couple of wee treats.
I'm getting a bit peckish myself.
Yeah, we've not had anything to eat today, so I think what we'll do is walk back and we'll get a pizza and take it back to the van. And then we'll just have a light dinner.
What about the diets?
Well, that's alright, we've walked it off. I've checked my counter.
You're coming up with excuses now.
We'll be good, we'll be good.
If we have a pizza, then it'll just be a light soup or something.
Yeah, just have a cup of soup or a tin of soup.
And then we can justify having the pizza.
Yeah.
Good thinking.
Maybe some toast and butter.
We're back in Betwsycoed, and this is the back of the railway station. We're on the hunt for some pizza. There's lots of options for eating out here, and a few wild animals thrown in too. Before anyone asks, no, this is not the gorilla doing that. We've decided to have some ice cream.
Are they in the same tub? Yes, please.
It feels a bit naughty. Neither of us have spoken the word diet for at least half an hour. Trish has bought Kira 2 doggy sausages, and she's having these now as a special treat. 1 minute later, the second treat, some doggy ice cream. Pizza time, and we've found this place, Hangin' Pizzeria. Trish goes up to put the order in.
I get number 3 pizza with mushroom added, and the number 4 pizza.
You ready for the pizzas?
Yeah. Ooh, this one.
Is that yours?
It's yours.
Is it?
Let's get an egg on it.
Where? Oh, I can't see an egg. Oh yeah, I can just about see an egg. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Right. And
Oh, yours looks better than mine. We'll go half each.
no.
So I'm having the topping on mine. It looked like a fried egg, or a bit of an egg, and there was an egg on there.
Yeah.
But the topping is Welsh Rarebit, which I think is just like a kind of cheese on toast, isn't it?
No.
Well, the Welsh people will be going, no, no. But it's cheese on bread, and I think the bread is grilled and toasted, and then there's cheese on the top of that. So, you know, when in Wales, I thought I'd have to give it a go. We're going to have this, and then in the morning we're moving on. We're going up to Anglesey, a little island, and we're really looking forward to that. Someplace else that we've never been in, Maggie.
No.
And we're looking forward to exploring that, so make sure you join us on that one.